Alright, time to add my new trophy to my collection. Looking good. Alright, what do you want now? Oh.
Mistakes must be fixed.
Yeah, you got a point there, Magic Pencil. Let's go ahead and fix the mistake I made in last week's video. Today we are taking a look at the Dr. P.H. Martin's Blackstar Waterproof India Ink Hicarb version, or Hicarb, or Hicarb, or whatever you want to call it. Now you guys are probably thinking, hey, didn't you do a review on this? Well, technically yes and no. I actually reviewed the Dr. P.H. Martin's Blackstar Waterproof India Ink Matte. And I actually made a mistake that you guys probably saw in the beginning. You see, when I made this video, I thought this was the ink that Jim Lee used to ink. I'm an idiot. It's actually this ink. But to be fair, can you blame me? They're like identical. Now, I'm really curious what the difference between these two inks are. And gonna kind of go a little behind the curtain here. I actually filmed this review probably about a year ago, actually. So yeah, I've grown a lot as an artist, and my taste in inks kind of changed. In fact, I actually had to rewatch the video to kind of refresh my memory on it. And I really did like this ink. I thought it was great for ink washes and with a brush, but I found that when it came to actually using it with a dip pen, wasn't that good. So I'm wondering, would it be the opposite? Well, I doubt it, considering the fact that I've still watched a lot of Jim Lee streams, and well, he still uses this with a brush. In fact, a Winsor Newton Series 7, which I only have 2 of, and you bet I'm not going to waste them on a video like this. This ink, of course, sells for an average of $6.99 to $7.99, depending on where you go, and I am very excited to give this a test. Again, I really want to know what the difference between these two inks are. So with that said, let's break out our Batman sketchbook. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's really nice. Very consistent, too. Wow, I really am blown away by this, actually. The last one we did, again, it was very, not the best when it came to our dip pens, so the fact the lines are just this consistent really is impressive. Let's try our quill nib real quick. Very nice. I am really liking the thickness, the weight of the lines. I'm really enjoying the quality of this ink. It's very, very nice. True black. Interestingly, it has a little bit of glossiness to it, which of course the other one was matte, so that would make sense. Loving how this is going down. Very, very nice. Can't wait to try it with a brush. In fact, let's go ahead and do that real quick. That's nice. I like how that's going down. That is really good. Now, one thing that I'm very curious of, now it does say that it is waterproof on the bottle. I'm really kind of curious to see if this is actually going to be alcohol proof. The other one was not, so I would be very shocked if this actually was alcohol proof. We'll do our test. We'll wait about 2 hours for this to dry. And then alright guys, so I gave this plenty of time to dry, so let's see if it's actually alcohol marker proof. And that is a big no. Not a big surprise at all, because of course the other ink was not alcohol proof, but I'm still happy that we tested, because oh boy, if I start to do some coloring with my alcohol markers with this ink, I would have been mad. And again, this has had plenty of time to dry. It is waterproof, just not alcohol proof, so that is a very important distinction. So let's go back to past me. But yeah, no, I really, really love how this ink is going down. It's very smooth, very nice. I can see why Jim Lee really likes it. Dr. P.H. Martin has really done a good job making a good variety of inks. Winsor Newton's still, of course, my favorite, and I still love the acrylic FW ink, but I mean, they really do a good job making a lot of inks. So I'm really liking it. On camera, I can see some areas where it's a little thin, so here I can touch that up to kind of help with that. In person, unless the light catches it, I'm not really seeing it, like I'm moving my head around. So very, very nice. I really, really do like how this ink goes down. But as we've always learned, you know, the tests don't determine our final opinion. A lot of times we do have to actually do a piece of artwork. And today I have a very fun little piece of artwork that we'll be doing. Today's illustration is not of Wrath or one of my other superheroes or villains, but instead it's an album cover I'm actually working on a friend. And because I really do like what he's trying to achieve and he's got some really good goals set in mind, I'm going to link his website down in the description down below, so go ahead and check out his music. Pretty cool stuff. I'm really happy with what he's trying to accomplish with it. So here's the album cover that we'll be working on. So, roll that super time lapse. And we're done, guys. I absolutely love how this piece came out. It's very different from what we normally do, but it was a very fun challenge. And I'm always happy to help a friend out by making some art for them. And like always, in the description down below is a link to my ArtStation account where you can get a $1 digital download of all my artwork. It really just helps the channel. And while you're there, that link that I mentioned before about my friend's music is still there. So go ahead and check it out if you want to see what he's doing. Really happy that he's doing something really fun and creative. And I'm always happy to support and help a friend out. Now let's talk about the piece and the inking itself. And there's two things I have to address. One, the warping. Yeah, this is the most warped I've had a piece of artwork come out in a long time. In fact, I've never actually had this problem before, but I got it to sit perfectly flush so I could take my pictures and digitally enhance the artwork so it's a little better for you guys with Photoshop. That way it'd be more presentable for you guys on the digital download. Then it popped back to normal. I never had that problem before. I've never had a piece just pop back to being crooked like this. And it kind of blows my mind, so I need to figure out how to keep this thing flat. And then the other problem is the streaking. Now, it is very apparent on camera, far worse in person. I mean, my gosh. It looks like I dry brushed the whole piece and I didn't. I don't know what happened. And it's weird because I've spent the last year and a half training with brushes to get better at this, and I use quite a variety of brushes for this piece. For example, we have a Dollar Tree brush, we have some Winsor & Newton, we have some high-end brushes, and this is a really good knockoff brand of Winsor & Newton that use synthetic brushes that has quickly become one of my favorites because of how great and versatile and clean and easy it is to use. This ink was not fun to use with the brush. While yes, it was smooth, it was difficult to control, and it's not because the brushes were difficult, it's because of the ink. This is something that's difficult to convey on camera, but if you actually had it in person and you're trained and experienced like I am, then yeah, it becomes apparent that it's the ink and not the brushes. So that is something that was really, really hard for this piece because of the sense that there's a lot of black area and it was a pain to clean up digitally, but I managed to get it done. This ink really did, in a way, surprise me and didn't surprise me because I made the joke, watch it be the opposite of the matte ink in the beginning, and it was. This ink is the opposite. The matte ink is a great ink for your brush and you can do fun ink washes. The Hicarb ink is not. It's great for your dip pens and quills, and that's what I enjoyed the most about this piece. But with a brush, forget about it. You can't get as good of results with the matte. And I really thought it would also kind of be a matte versus gloss. Again, that's not the case. It's just that one ink happens to work great for dip pens, and the other one is great for brushes. So because of that, I'm actually going to rank this guy pretty low. On my scale of 1 to 10, the Dr. P.H. Martin's Blackstar Waterproof India Ink HULKBUSTER gets a 2. And it would get a 1 just because, while yes, you can get good lines, if you can't get good versatility with a brush, that's not a good ink in my opinion. But I will admit, I did get some decent ink washes, so that gets it a 2 instead of a 1 because it's just... I was not impressed with this. Now, let me know what you guys think of the review. Did you guys really hate the fact that I got it wrong in the previous video? I would like to know that. Also like to know what you guys think of the artwork, areas I could have made it better. I'm really excited with how this piece came out. And also let me know what you guys think of the music. because I'm very excited with what my friend's doing. I'm always happy to help a friend out. I'm always excited to see people be creative and doing some awesome stuff. So let me know all about that in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel for more art animation based content. I'm J-Rod at BattleBrawlerproductions. I draw power and my own soul. And I also make mistakes.